welcome to Absolutely Grounded. I'm so excited to have you here and that you're brand new to Pilates. So this little video will kind of explain some of the basics. But the first thing I want to tell you is when you're new at something, allow yourself to become a beginner. So much of the time we don't let ourselves learn something new and we get worried. You know, kids kind of jump into things and we lose that as we get older. So allow yourself to begin something new, a new practice, and that is the practice of Pilates. So let's lie down, and really all you need is a mat. I'm going to show you other things that we use, and that's really just to have fun, but to start off, all you need is a mat. And your mat becomes your Pilates studio. So now know that you have at home your own personal Pilates studio. That's kind of a cool thing. So let's lie down on our back, okay? If you have head issues, you're always going to have a pillow by you, and you'll keep yourself on the pillow and keep your head down. Totally acceptable. Now, if you're someone with lower back issues, I'm going to recommend that you take a pillow and keep it under your lower back and that your legs always stay bent. Okay, we're always different and we want to address everybody's issues. Okay, but first we're just going to go onto our backs and we're going to take our hands, the palm of our hand, on the hip bones and the fingertips resting on our pubic bone. And you're going to notice when I press my back down, my pubic bone curls up. And when I release my hips, my pubic bone comes either neutral or maybe it's tipped down a little bit. And I want you to kind of experiment between those two places. Oh yeah, that's your pelvis moving back and forth. Hands stay on the hip bones, fingertips on the pubic bone. And as I curl up, my pubic bone goes up. My back is flat. That's called an anterior tuck. And as my pubic bone goes down, I arch my back a little bit. That's called a posterior tilt. So no need for you to know any of this, just to give you a little bit of anatomy. And I'll do that from time to time. But I just want you to notice this setup, okay? And I'm going to take your hands by your sides. You're going to inhale and exhale. Super nice and easy. And again, inhale and exhale. Now I'm going to have you take your hands on your lower belly. So we're going to start with that, and I want the belly to rise and fall. So in through my nose and out through my mouth. You're not making a shh sound or doing anything weird with your lips. Super easy and relaxed. In through your nose, let the belly rise, and exhale. And as you do that a bunch of times, I want you to actively engage your abdominals in. Don't change your shape, don't do anything, but you're pulling your abdominals in. That is, as you exhale, engaging the abdominals. Now, in this setup, I should have absolutely no pain. If you do, take a pillow underneath your tailbone for your lower back or something underneath your head, because I want you to feel totally safe, okay? And again, inhale and exhale. Good. All right, now we're going to move on. Hands go to the side of your rib cage. And almost like an accordion going out and in, I want your ribs to go out. Inhale and exhale in. Again, inhale, exhale. And again, inhale, exhale. So that's the top of your abdominals, and the lower belly is the bottom of your abdominals. Okay? I'm going to sit up for 1 second. And so people think so much of the time that just this is what's working. That's your abdominals. But I'm going to turn to the side and show you that really the torso, the front, the back, and the sides of our body are what we're looking at working. Okay? We want everything to work synergistically. So I want to inhale and exhale. Now I can practice this breathing anywhere. I can practice it sitting up, in a chair, in the car, against the wall, whatever. And all of that is prep work for you to use your abdominals and for you to get connected. All right? All right, let's move on. Going back down. So, I say a lot of words over and over again, and the first one is tabletop. That is my knee over my hip. That's a right angle. And that's how we start off Pilates, okay? Start off our abdominal work. And so we try not to, see how close my knees are? No, I try to keep them out there. Okay, now it's more challenging to keep my legs out there than here. So if you're starting out and this is too much for you, bring the legs in a bit. Or, remember I said, using my pillow, I'm gonna lift my hips and put it underneath and have that be much easier. So maybe in the beginning you use a pillow underneath your tailbone. All of it is good. If there's a pillow underneath your tailbone, you're not gonna lift your head, okay? So, one of our exercises is one leg goes out and in, and another leg goes out. Hugging them, single leg stretch. You're gonna do it this way. My head stays down, okay, because I'm tipped up. I really can't lift my head very well. And now how you're gonna start like this and see how that feels. All of that is good. All of that is perfect. All right, so now if you are lifting your upper body and you're lifting your head, you're gonna take a breath and exhale and curl up. Okay, that's the beginning of what we call our C curve. Okay, working right from here and going back down. And again, this time I'm gonna lift a leg and back down. So let's just try a couple of these. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, and rest. So again, you can always start off by putting your head down and then picking it up. And believe it or not, you will get stronger and stronger. All right, let's talk about the hundreds. One leg in tabletop and the other leg in tabletop. All right, so I'm gonna take my arms. I'm gonna start pumping here. Now, the hundreds means 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out for 10 sets. Okay, so I'm gonna start that. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. Maybe you'll start off this way. You're gonna just start doing this. Okay, forget lifting the head, forget extending the legs, forget anything else. You're gonna stay right here. Keep that lower back connected and down and rest. We'll just do a couple of those starting out. Let's see, hundreds. Trying to think what else, what other wisdom I wanna impart for you. First of all, enjoy this journey, enjoy the process. I've been doing this for over 20 years. I love Pilates. I love movement. I love all different kinds of movement, but I especially love this. It works beautifully on my body. So just enjoy that. Here are a couple props that I'm gonna talk about, which are something that would be good for you to get. This is called the TheraBand, and a lot of people have this. They don't even know it. If you've ever been to a PT for an injury, they've given you a TheraBand, so that's something that we use. If not, there'll be a link, and you can easily get one of this. Weights, 2s, 3s, 5s, and if you don't have weights, go to your pantry, because I'm sure you have 2 cans of soup, 2 water bottles. All of that is perfect. And here's a foam roller. Again, this is something if you don't have, most people do have, they just don't use them. But if you don't have it, it's easy to access this, and we'll have a link for that. And then the other thing I'm going to talk about is sitting up. Some people can easily sit up, and other people are tight. And so when you're tight in your hip flexors, I'm going to have you get on a pillow, a couple of blankets, or a bolster, and sit on top of that. And it allows you to release in your hip flexors. So these are just a few techniques that will help you get situated for your own personal Pilates studio. And I can't wait to meet you on the mat, because we are gonna have a really good time.